Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Miscellaneous Minds Podcast. I'm your co-host, Bono Gato, the cat that hands your big fight back. And to my left over here is the main man, Sister Narrow, the man that makes the fat stacks. Taking it from the dynamic duo that won't die. Danny Ideas, brother, and spice your content that you're his only fans.
What is going on, everybody? Before getting to tonight's topic, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that, let's get right into it. So, we have a big fight on our hands. I'll be honest with you, a lot of props go to Ryan Garcia, even though there's reasons to not give him props, but we'll go into all that for a second. Before we get into that, my man, give us the stats.
All right, King Ryan Garcia, with a record of 24, 1-0, 20 KOs and 1 KO loss. His last 3 fights was a KO win against Oscar Duarte Guerrero. Fight before that was a KO loss against Gervonta Tank Davis. And a KO win against Javier Fortuna.
Hit us with them Danny stats.
All right. Devin, the Dream Haney. Record of 31. 0-0. This man has not lost his O yet. 15 KO wins. His last 3 fights. Unanimous decision win against Regis Prograis. Unanimous decision against Vasil Lomachenko, and a unanimous decision against George Kambosos Jr.
All right, folks. Now, the reason I said that we got to give a lot of props and also not give a lot of props to Ryan Garcia is because, listen, ever since Ryan was pushing for the Gervonta Tank Davis fight, all the big fights got made after that. Go back and take a look. Don't just take me, my word for it. Go back after that, right? Shortly after that, Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence was made. The fight between Caleb Plant Canelo was made. David Benavidez made his fight with Bubu Andre, so on and so forth. A lot of the big fights came to fruition right after that. I want to say thanks to Ryan Garcia because he kicked off. He was the catalyst for all these things coming into play. Now, more recently, he did have a bit of a fumble. I'm going to blame him mostly on Mayweather because Mayweather got in Ryan's ear a little bit. And Ryan even admitted it on the PBD podcast that Mayweather got in his ear a little bit. Regardless, he is now still pushing and it has now been official and been made. Ryan versus Devin the Dream Haney. Listen, my take on this is they're per both of their fathers. Ryan and Devin fought a total of 6 times in the amateurs, each one leaving with 3 wins, 3-3. Great. That's a great fucking backstory. They fought in the amateurs. They both left with the equal amount of wins. And again, that's per both fathers, which means it's got to be the truth. It's got to be the truth. They both agree with it. So, with that being said, what are we looking at versus Ryan and Devin? Here, look, I'll be honest with you. I'll keep it 100. I got Devin in this one. The reason I got Devin in this one, Devin has been fucking locked in. He has been the man when it comes to the shit that he's been getting done. And here's the thing. He deserves all the flowers and accolades that this man gets. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I'll keep it a buck. I saw his fight against Lomachenko going the other way. I feel like Lomachenko did just enough to leave with that dub. But listen, the argument being made towards Haney, well, I don't understand it. Listen, fair enough. Other than that, though, he's looked great. He's looked great. He had another fight here and there where, you could have argued that maybe it wasn't as clean as a win, but other than that, he's been doing great. Ryan has been all over the place. Ryan mentally has not been in the greatest spots. He was trying to get a fight with Rolando Romero, Raleigh. Raleigh basically turned him down. Then he wanted the fight again, and then he didn't want the fight, so on and so forth, back and forth. Some people are saying that Ryan's been dodging Pitbull Cruz. I wouldn't say that, but some people say that. Ryan's been saying he wants a rematch against Tank. He said that he wants a rematch against Tank because this time he won't concede everything to him, which was the whole reason him and Oscar had a beef, because Oscar didn't want him to concede everything that he conceded to him. Doesn't matter. I think Ryan mentally is not mature to the point where he's taking this as seriously as he needs to take it. On the other hand, Devin absolutely has. Devin is fully committed to what he does, and it shows in his performances where I feel like he's been doing better and better and better. And I'll be honest with you, Devin also has been chasing a lot of the big fights and giving him some respect, man. I feel like everything that he's achieved, he absolutely deserves. He became undisputed champion, thoroughly deserved. I've never been a fan of beating one man and essentially getting all of the titles. I've never been a fan of that. But listen, you can do it, so it is what it is. But listen, man, I'll be honest with you. I think Devin Haney just because the one thing that he has over Ryan Garcia is his mental focus. No one can say that Devin Haney isn't mentally focused. Ryan Garcia, he's not mentally focused, but he has all the physical tools to not just put up a good fight, potentially win. But mentally, he's not there. And that's the reason why I personally go with Devin. Listen, Devin Haney has a lot of tools that could easily beat Ryan Garcia. But the one thing that he has a huge edge over Ryan is that mental focus, that mental clarity. He is fully devoted to what he does. And that's why I personally think that Haney is going to beat Ryan Garcia. But hey, were it not for that, it'd be a damn close fight. What do you want to add to that, my man?
Definitely going into the fight, yeah, it's definitely going to be an uphill battle for Ryan Garcia because, again, like you said, Devin Haney's only opponent is Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia's opponent is everybody, even beyond fights. Okay, it doesn't necessarily seem that he's not unfocused for this fight, but he's also... Ryan Garcia seems to be like the type of dude to look at fights beyond this fight. What goes on next? And he's never focused on this fight right now. And even if he was, look at his track record of not just the Oscar De La Hoya stuff, but also his trainers. All of his trainers, his coaches, his cutmen, everyone has been telling him, look, you don't train the dude, you work with him. I'm pretty sure it was you that told me that. And the fact that a trainer says that of what should be their disciple is worrying because at that point, this man's not focusing on any sort of advice, anything that he could work on. No, he's really at his best. And if he was, he would have gotten farther in life. The fact of the matter is, his best and his worst quality is the fact that he's stubborn. Nobody can argue that Ryan Garcia isn't stubborn. It is one of the reasons why he's got this far, but it's also the reasons why he hasn't gone far enough. We're talking about him fighting about Ryan Garcia. Yo, fuck Scott Pilgrim. It's Ryan Garcia versus the world, versus Oscar De La Hoya, versus his coaches, versus his cutmen, versus promotions, versus other people he's fighting beyond Devin Haney. So yeah, Devin Haney only has to worry about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, again, this man's trying to pick a fight with everybody. And if you're trying to pick a fight with everybody, how are you going to focus your concentration on the fight you had beforehand? Fuck what's going on beyond. My man, focus on the step that's in front of you right now. Devin Haney is in your way. What are you going to do about it? Pick fights with more people? No. It's only going to hurt you in the long run because you're not focused on that. And even if you were, you're not even focused on your own training. So what am I tuning into the fight for? I mean, for Devin Haney, obviously, but not for Ryan Garcia. It's not his show. We already know it's not going to be his show. So yeah, Devin Haney's going to be definitely my pick.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. One thing that you brought up that's actually a crucial point. Ryan Garcia... technically now, has had two of them for sure, one of them building to it, but will definitely be in there, Hall of Fame coaches. He trained with Joe Goosen, already a Hall of Fame coach, very, very well respected within the industry, and he was the one that actually came up with the quote, you don't train Ryan, you work with them. Eddie Reynoso, who currently trains with and has been training Canelo Alvarez, the face of the sport of boxing, basically alluded to the same thing, that Ryan was there more for the show than for the train. Currently, he's training with Derek James. Derek James trains a lot of big fighters, Charlo, Errol Spence, so on and so forth. So he has a talented coach even now. It's just a matter of, will he actually listen to him? Hopefully he does. Derek James is a very, very talented coach, and I hope that he truly, truly does listen to him, even though he's proven to not listen to previous coaches, despite coaches being phenomenal coaches. Hopefully Derek James can turn that around. I'll be honest with you, I think Ryan is just too mature to really go down that path, and I think one of the things that later on in life Ryan is going to hate about himself is that he does not put enough faith, he does not put enough of belief in his coaches and the people that are around him that are telling him, hey, you could do better. You could be better than you are, because he believes himself to already be great. He believes himself to already be, and I'll be honest with you, he's never even held a title. This fight against Devin Haney is going to be his first shot at a world title. And it's an uphill fight. So listen, is it possible for Ryan to win? Yes, he has the tools to win. He's got good speed. He's not great at ring IQ, but he has great speed. He's good at his boxing fundamentals, all that good stuff. He leaves his chin up way too much when he's boxing, so he leaves himself open. But here's the thing. Devin Haney doesn't have a strong enough punch to where I think he'd be able to knock him out. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't call him pillow hands like a lot of other people have called him. But Ryan leaves himself open enough to where even if someone has a light touch with him, potentially Devin can get that in. I don't think it's going to be a knockout, so don't quote me on that. But again, it's a potential just because of the way that Ryan leaves himself open. Now, with that being said, again, Ryan is his own worst enemy in this case. Ryan has switched coaches on and off. He doesn't listen to his coaches. He's not very, very open to being trained. Whereas Devin Haney is locked in. Shout out to Bill Haney, Devin's father. Phenomenal fucking everything he's been doing for Haney or for Devin since the beginning of their fucking career, from training in Mexico, boxing in Mexico to get the career started early. To all the other shit that he's been doing. Phenomenal. Shout out to Bill Haney. He's a great fucking father, great businessman, great coach. I have a lot of respect for the man that Bill Haney is. So shout out to him and the way that he's brought up his son. So look, my pick for this one, definitely Haney. I know my man said he's also picking Haney. As we get closer to the fight, we'll probably have one more podcast on this particular event. But listen, Ryan's his own worst enemy. Devin has all the tools. He's very, very locked into what he's doing, so it definitely looks like Devin's going to win. But hey, things could change before April 20th, which is when their fight is. Anything else you want to add to that, my man?
That's it for me.
And with that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
Time, get rest, and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.